buy one outright if you know, I'm just using this for, something simple, like, like, I'm just trying to edit family photos, I'm just trying to look tea on Instagram, like, that's it. You don't need, I would recommend you buy a subscription, you could just buy it the one time.
Okay.
But also, in the free game, if you still have access to any type of university, school, email, anything, you will still be eligible for the discount if you use that. So, and I believe the first year is $20 a month.
Versus what do you pay now?
That's, I pay, so after,
Oh, you pay the
after the first year, it goes up to like 25.
Oh, okay.
But if you have access, like I said, if you have access to any, you don't need to do it one time. I graduated, like, what is this, 2026, 3 years ago? And I still don't use my school email for that. So, once you're good, you're good. It's good for, what I'm saying? So, just, some free game. We love a deal.
Love the deal.
Love it.
Love the deal.
Love
In
it.
this economy.
And it's economy we do. So, and also in calling people too. If you get on that chat, I just can't do it. They'll do it to you for the book too.
I love it.
So, but yeah, so let's get back to it. So, working on game day. So this is for you, actually. Let's zoom in some. You zoom in by using the Z key. Zoom in, drag down, in, drag up, zoom out. So we take a look at, okay, we know we have a couple different elements. We have a text element, we have what game it is. It's a pretty simple flyer. We got some shadow work going on here, maybe a few logos. It's a pretty simple flyer. So let's start with getting our additional image. So we're gonna head back to our drive and grab one more. Do we have a good one? I think we do. If we don't. Team basketball. We'll use this one for our intents and purposes. So we go here, we'll go back, we'll go, now we'll do the old fashioned way, we'll go place embedded. Actually, no, we'll do place linked so I can demonstrate that feature. We'll go file, place linked. So, no, we don't want to learn more, just get started. Alright, so this is a feature, this is a photo edit feature. This is just if I wanted to change a few elements of the photo itself, do some color grading, change the lighting tag, which I will while we're gathered here today. Bring the whites up a bit. Black down. And now we have a smart object. So we have our photo. One thing about Photoshop is you want to always make sure you have the move tool selected when you're done, because you can wreak some serious havoc on your work if you don't, if you're not careful. So we got it here. Let's go to our layers. Let's go ahead and rearrange this. We'll go ahead and lock this artboard because we really will be using that for real. We can minimize all of that. We'll go ahead and slide our second image down. Alright, so as you can see now we can't really see what's going on in the back. So we need to time to edit this editing feature. So we're gonna use the mask tool and our brush tool. So there's a couple of different ways we can go about taking something out of the background, or you can do it either by either taking something out of the background or removing the subject matter from the background. In this particular instance, we're going to be removing something from, taking the subject matter out. So, we're gonna go to we have our magic wand, and our quick selection, and our object. I prefer quick selection, and here's why. Because all I have to do is drag. And you see those ants, like kind of like, call it the marching ants? It's really smart. So it can kind of discern like, okay, this person is trying to, get this common ground here. And it's also a lot easier to clean up. So the smaller the brush, the more precise selection you'll get. And depending on the type of computer you're using, guys, I'll be honest, the program can get very finicky. So if you have a computer that doesn't have the strongest of processing power, I recommend that you don't get the newest version of Adobe. Try to get like the year previous, or the version of the previous version. So if we're on 2026.2.6, get 2026.5 or 2024. Because all the bugs will be fixed out of it, so not as likely to crash. And also, Adobe is a powerful program. So I don't recommend using a newer version of it if you know your laptop is from 2015, if it's a MacBook, anything before 2020. It's not the vibe. So we go in, we select, and I'll just keep this a messy selection for demonstration purposes, so I can go back in and clean it up. We want the whole thing. I don't know why I didn't go. Let me turn my brush up a little bit. That's why. Oh, that's why. Oh, because lesson number 1, guys. Make sure you're in the correct layer. Remember how I said that each layer has its own thing? If you're not in the right layer, you'll be selecting and you see them like, why is it not working? Like I'm doing. And it's because you're not selecting the right layer. There was nothing down there to select though, because I was in the wrong layer. And don't feel bad, it happens. It definitely happens more often than you think. So we'll go ahead and bring our brush size down just a tad. And so it's just a little rough cut, so we can so I can show you how to clean things up a little bit. So if you look at the top, we have the regular brush, we have the brush with a plus sign, brush with a minus sign. The brush with a plus sign, you're adding to the selection, subtract your sign, take it away. So, in case it didn't need to be said. Like I said, please do not feel any type of way where you're like, okay, like we can, because I am, but do not hesitate to let me know. Alright, so we'll just go ahead. Now that we have that, there's multiple different ways you can go about doing this. We have the smart menu. This right here is your mask tool. And Adobe has this nice little feature. If you don't know what something does, you can hover over it and it literally will tell you, hey, that's the mask tool. Sometimes it does it on the side, it picks and chooses. But for the most part, when you hover over it, it'll tell you what it does. So we're gonna go ahead and create mask from selection. And now you see, we have effectively removed our voice from the background. Now this looks a mess. Objectively, this looks a mess. So we gotta clean it up. Sometimes the first cut isn't it. So what you're gonna do is, you see how in the layers panel, we have 2 different photos. We have the photo with color, and then we have something that's black and white. The black and white is your mask. So in your mask, you can change a lot of things. You can feather it. If you feather it, you see it kind of like softens it out. Great effect to have sometimes, depending on what you're trying to achieve. Another thing is your density. How much of it do I want? So it's great to have, but when we're trying to refine our mask, this is the refinement portion. So you're going to go into your brush tool. Hotkey equals shortcut equals easy way to get to it. So each key has a hotkey. Normally it'll tell you what the hotkey is. You see how it's picking and choosing when it wants to tell you what stuff it is? So brush tool. Oh, see, look, there it goes. Brush tool. It has that little B next to it. You hit B on the keyboard. Now we're in our brush tool. So when you're working in your mask, you want to make sure your color is set to, what's wrong, we're not in full. It doesn't want to show me all of my tools for some reason. So normally on the side here, there is a color. You can, it'll show you your color. I think it's because like I'm sharing my screen that it's like making the layout kind of wonky. So we're just gonna pop our, oh, there it is. We had to pop our panel out. So, you see how we have the white on top and the black? The color that's on top is the color that you're using. Shift X, you can swap them out. So, white reveals, and the white reveals, and the black hides. Oh, make sure that your opacity is up as well. That does matter. Make sure your flow 100%, opacity 100%. So now the white, I mean, as you can see, the black erases. To undo something, everybody's familiar with Command Z, Control Z, same thing. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna clean this up because it looks like this looks a mess. So we'll go in with our brush tool, make sure we get the white on top. And we'll just go ahead and shape that in. Let's go ahead and hide our background images so we can really have a better view. And don't be afraid to make your brush size bigger. Sometimes it's just more effective to make it bigger and then go in. But for all intents and purposes, it's really just easier to make sure your first selection is crisp. Because you can always go back in and refine, as opposed to now we color the picture back in. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's say you make a lot of different changes and you actually wanna go back to something that you did. You just wanna scratch all that. There's something called history. It's so good and convenient. And we can go back to